Welcome to the College of Public Health and Human Sciences at Oregon State University in Corvallis. My name is Chad Kuwana, and I'm the Director of Undergraduate Recruitment and Retention at the college. And just to kind of clarify my role a little bit more and how you would use me and contact me, I can help connect you to those within the college. So as you're doing your research, as you're applying to OSU and exploring our majors, if you need a contact at the university, that would be me. So if you want to get connected to different faculty or staff members or learn more about experiential learning, studying abroad, clubs and activities that we have, you can contact me. My email is there on the screen. If you want to hear about the student experience, we have peer advisors who are current students in our majors that work in our Office of Student Success, and they'd be more than happy to talk about their experience as a student, whether that be academic, life outside the classroom, or just living on campus and life in Corvallis itself. And we are all, again, a part of the College of Public Health and Human Sciences, and this is going to be a little different than your admissions advisor. So we also have a central admissions office, and I will share some of their information towards the end of this presentation, but they're going to be the ones that you're going to contact about your application status and making sure that all of your application materials are in as you go through this process. So I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are as a college. So our vision is lifelong health and well-being for every person, every family, every community in Oregon and beyond. And this is really important because this is at the core of who we are. We really want to promote and help other people and the communities in society understand more about being healthy and what it means to be healthy and active. And we're doing this through 4 different lenses, and those are our 4 majors. So we have HDFS, Kinesiology, nutrition, as well as public health, and I'll kind of go into those next. So human development and family sciences, or we call it HDFS for short, is the study and understanding of humans as they grow and develop from birth until death. And you can actually have 3 different options at Oregon State University in Corvallis. There's a general option, a child development option, and a human services option. The general option is also available via eCampus and provides a really flexible curriculum for students. And also, again, on eCampus means completely done online and remote, wherever that may be. But again, it provides you that flexibility because you're not specializing too much in one of the other fields that we offer. So it does allow for some flexibility in double majoring, adding a few minors, and expanding kind of your interest outside of this HDFS field. The child development option, again, focuses on exactly what it says, child development. So understanding how children grow and learn within the context of their family and society and their school settings. And actually you do an internship at our Child Development Center on campus in Corvallis as a part of this option, where you're student teaching, you're actually interacting with students who are enrolled in this preschool program, and you're also observing teachers as they interact with students, and you're understanding student interaction as well. So you're getting a lot of practical experience there. And a lot of our students in this option actually double major with our education program and are actually looking to become elementary educators. So this is a great option for those students looking for education careers. Lastly, we have the human services option within HDFS, and this is going to be as close to a social work degree that we have at OSU, and really you're understanding how to connect people to the services that they might need to be healthy. And part of this includes a practicum, which is an observation of different human services that people take advantage of, and then also an internship where you're actually on site getting that really practical experience in a human services field. Some helpful preparation for you as a student now is to take classes that will transfer directly to this major at OSU. So your school offers human sexuality as well as an introduction to public health, which would be good preparation classes for you to take at COCC as you're looking to transfer. Our next major is kinesiology. This is the study of movement and the human body as it relates to health. So we have 2 options here. We have a general option, which is really open. And again, same as the HDFS general option, very flexible, allows for students to double major. But we also have a more rigorous pre-therapy and allied health option. And this is for students looking to go to med school, physical therapy school, physician assistant school, occupational therapy school, or nursing school. And this pathway actually prepares you really, really well for those graduate programs because all of those grad schools require certain coursework to be done as an undergrad student. And it's built into this option. So you don't have to think about hitting those requirements outside of what is required for your major, but you're also getting a lot of practical experience. So you're also required to do a practicum where you're placed into an office of your choice. So depending on what career and grad school program you're looking at, you can be placed in a physical therapy office, a doctor's office, and just get that shadowing and practical experience so that you know what it's like to be one of these professionals. Some helpful preparation for you as a student now at COCC would be general chemistry and the whole anatomy and physiology series. So I believe there's about 3 classes there, and taking those will definitely get you on the right path to graduating in another 2 years once you transfer to OSU in kinesiology. Nutrition is kind of exactly what it sounds like, is a broad major that focuses on the nutrients that make up food, and eating healthy. So again, back to kind of our vision statement of lifelong health and well-being for all people, this is just being done through the lens of food. So our major looks at micro and macronutrients all the way to food preparation and the culinary skills. So there's a dietetics option, which is a pretty rigid sequence. So definitely be in contact with us if you're looking at this option, because again, there's a lot of requirements that need to take place. And then also it requires you to go on and get your master's degree, as well as an internship before you sit for your licensure for dietetics. There's a health sciences option, which is for those students looking on to graduate school, like medical school, or even PhD programs in nutrition. And then we have a food service systems where you can actually partner with LBCC for culinary arts. So you can get that food preparation skills and understanding there as well. Some helpful preparation for nutrition is actually chemistry. I think a lot of students tend to be surprised by that when they arrive on campus, but chemistry is a big portion of nutrition. So we highly recommend students take chemistry as they're looking to transfer. And our last major offered is public health. So we have 2 options: health management and policy, as well as health promotion and health behavior. And both of those are offered via eCampus, so it is pretty flexible for you as a student. Health management and policy is going to be more on the legal as well as business side of things. So you can go into hospital management or even legislation and understanding health policy. And health promotion and health behavior is helping the community understand their options of health and access to health, and promoting healthy behavior so that there's some preventative measures where you're helping people be healthy so that they don't have to go to the doctor maybe for certain diseases or illnesses that might come about if they didn't understand how to be and live a healthy life. Some helpful preparation for you is taking Intro to Public Health. There's an Intro to Healthcare Systems class and social and individual determinants of health. And I guess something to know about these helpful preparation courses is that these are all offered at your college and can and will transfer to the majors listed on the screen. So they are not just general education requirements or back core requirements. They are actually major requirements that will help you advance towards your degree once you transfer. So, as I mentioned, that was all of the college-specific information that you would need to know. And then, as far as transferring, general admissions requirements, there aren't many outside of obviously like a transcript and taking some college classes. So there's no like minimum GPA or anything, and we are test optional. And so understanding that this holistic transfer admissions does look at every part of the admissions folder that you present. So your essay, your college transcripts, and there are 2 classes that you should really look at completing before you're looking to transfer. That's the college level writing and also college level math. Some tips, making sure that all of your transcripts are in order and you're submitting everything at once. That definitely helps the admissions office review your application faster and also just keep everything in order. So, and making sure that you're submitting by the deadline. I will go over some deadlines at the end of this presentation. And then also paying attention to scholarship deadlines. So traditionally the transfer admissions deadline, so admissions to the university will be a different deadline than your financial aid package, for example. So we also want to highlight the degree partnership program. It used to be called the dual enrollment program, and this allows you to be a OSU student as well as a COCC student at the same time. So you have active student status at both, and you can actually be take advantage of both resources. So um, you get community college tuition at the community college, and then you would pay obviously OSU tuition, and you can split kind of your time as much or as little as you would like. Again, for those first 10 semesters, and then you would be required to enroll at OSU full time. But that does allow for a lot of really great flexibility for you. You can take your back core classes, for example, all at the community college, paying the community college tuition rates, and then you won't have to apply again if you're part of this DPP program. So you'll be able to transition very smoothly over to OSU, and you're not considered a transfer student technically at that point. In terms of applying, we do have our online application there. It is a $65 application fee. If you do have trouble coming up with those $65, definitely reach out to the admissions office and they can help you work through that situation. Remember submitting all of your official transcripts from high school and college, depending on, I guess, how long you've been out of high school. Some important dates we're coming up. Winter term, I guess, has passed technically. So for spring term, March 1st, 2021, summer term, June 22nd, and fall is August 25th for the admissions deadline. And remember, that's different from the scholarship deadline. So if you're interested in scholarships, March 15th is the deadline that you're looking for next fall. So lastly, we did want to share some tips from a former COCC student, Sophia. She is actually an admissions coordinator now at COCC, and she is currently enrolled in our HDFS eCampus program. So she can talk a little bit about her personal experience transferring from COCC to one of the College of Public Health and Human Sciences majors.
Thanks, Chad. Yeah, so I just really wanted to take the time to offer up some tips that I went through personally. But I think the transfer admissions tips that Chad gave were wonderful and super helpful because transcripts are a big thing and it kind of gets confusing and overwhelming for sure. So those tips are awesome. And just to share my three tips, first, do your research. Definitely look at the types of schools that you are wanting to receive that bachelor's degree from or go beyond that. Um, it is overwhelming, and there are a lot of programs to take into consideration and the different prerequisites, the different transfer requirements, all of that. And so take a little bit of time to go on the school's website and really see where the different resources are that you can find or the different people that you can talk to, as well as scheduling a tour. I know with the pandemic right now, that's a little hard, but seeing if they have a virtual tour as an option and really seeing what campus is like and if you could see yourself there and finishing out your school. Next is talking to an admission staff member. I know for me, I was always trying to find a point person to really talk through the process because I didn't really know what to expect and I didn't really know how to go about it. And so I found very kind people in the admissions and records office to help me through that. So always ask, it never hurts. And always be on the lookout to see where you can find those people and what services they provide for you. And then lastly, knowing your values. I think it's super important to just take the time to write down your different values that you have as a person as well as a student. You want to spend your energy and time and money and resources where you're going to get the most out of it. And so, does that look like maybe a small class size or a big class size? Big social events, small social events, different things like that. Seeing what other areas are on campus besides academics is really big because that's going to make or break your experience as well. So definitely take the time to do that for yourself. But I really appreciate you all listening to this presentation, and I really just thank Chad and Sarah for bringing me along and letting me share a little bit about my experience as well.
Are you having fun? How's your experience?
Yeah, I am. I am fully online through the eCampus, like Chad mentioned, for the HDFS program, and then I'm minoring in public health. Um, I definitely like it a lot. I do work full time, so I'm going to school part time, which is definitely a little different for me because as a student at COCC, I was taking 15 to 16 credits, which is kind of like a full time job. But I am really enjoying it. I really do love the classes, and I think this is kind of the most fun part of your academic career is really diving into those specific classes for your degree and going head into those instead of taking those, general courses, prerequisites that are super important. But now you can get to the actual fun stuff.
And I bet you that being in class with people that have the same interest as you, it must feel kinda great to all be focused in on one area. So it has a different feel in the classroom, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel as though I can, even though I'm online, I feel like OSU does a great job of connecting those students who are all online because you can feel isolated at sometimes. But I feel like OSU does a great job of providing different activities and different events for online students as well.
And that is part of the fun of going to a college. Chad, if you can move that was great, Sophia. If you can move up to your contact information at the very, top of the presentation,
Oh, sure.
so that they can write that down because you are the contact person for anyone who's really serious about getting more information on one of these four areas. And so that is the key contact person there, Chad. All right, Chad, do you have any kind of closing thoughts before we wrap up our little video?
No, I think just thanks for listening and definitely be in touch. It is literally my job to help you through this. So please don't hesitate to email and reach out.